Welcome, Exiles. We're going to be talking about patch notes today as I leave Saddle of the Dreadnought and step into the Act 2 main boss, opening up Act 3. Now, the improvements that they put in, we'll talk about those and talk about some bug fixes as well. I'm just going to go over the highlights because there are a ton of them. I will include a link in the description to the official website with the full patch notes, and you can see those on Steam as well. When you go to play, just hit patch notes. You can read them right there in Steam. But some of the fixes, just the highlights here. The general gameplay improvements we've seen that they've added is passive block chance now applies to hits from all directions, not just from the front. So a little more tanky there. That's a good thing. Now, the next one is dodge rolling, which is near and dear to my heart as a witch because I'm very squishy, even with the minions, and I get stuck a lot. So what they've done is they've reduced the player size from 1 unit to 0 while rolling. And they've also added in the ability to push back smaller mobs. For example, the adorned beetles in Keith. They can be pushed back when you roll. So you'll get out of a few of those tight situations a little easier. Now, skills like Rain of Arrows, Firestorm, they've had a hit cap uh, they've added a hit cap to those to avoid overly dominating large bosses. So it's a nerf, but it's not really a nerf. It actually makes the game a little more balanced because they were taking out the bosses in just a few hits that took everybody else 10 minutes to kill. Now they've made some improvements to leeching and bone shatter mechanics. They've buffed those. Armor break has also been buffed. It lasts 12 seconds instead of 6. So it's a little more consistent experience with that skill. And Incinerate has also been optimized by creating a singular ignited areas. I'm sorry, circular ignited areas. I said singular, didn't I? Also, some quality of life improvements. They've added a control click shortcut for the currency exchange, and the world map now has a button for Trial of Chaos. And updated art for items like Defiance of Destiny, Unique Amulet. Vendors now offer more gold for selling runes, so the runes have a fairer price now, and they also have a clearer description. Gem cutting and vendor inventories now include search functionality for controllers that was missing before. There were some ultimatum changes. Mostly monster balance has been adjusted to reduce difficulty spikes. And also, the encounters in Val's Soul Core Room no longer spawn certain hazards near altars or lifts. And they've also fixed issues with players getting stuck during the Trial of Chaos. Now, or I'm sorry, not players, but player minions. Now, this boss right here had that problem as well. I didn't notice it after the patch. This gameplay right now is after the patch, but before the patch, my minions would get stuck down here at the bottom about where the boss is. There's a gate in the first phase of this fight. And when my minions would die, they would spawn right there behind that gate and just walk back and forth and watch the fight. Didn't happen to me this time. Now, there's a few other things that have been changed, the numerous bug fixes, including issues with skill interactions, passive tree connectivity, item functionality, improvements to party mechanics like the res mechanic, NPC visibility. Speaking of crashes and fixes and bug fixes, that sort of thing, I released a previous video where I covered the error code 51. Now, in that video, I put that up pretty hastily, so the audio was bad. I recorded the audio on my headset instead of a microphone. The visuals were pretty bad as well. So I apologize for that. I'm going to put an updated video up for that with better visuals to explain it a little clearer and some decent audio, I hope. I'm also going to include some information about the PID issue. A few people have seen that error. It's something you usually see with Wi-Fi connections or mobile hotspot connections, that sort of thing. But that's it for today. I'll also be including a Chronomancer guide on how to beat this boss. A little more information on that and a little more information on this fight. But thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Let me know what you're looking forward to in Path of Exile 2 and what class do you play. But again, thanks for hanging out. Have a great day.